I've been suffering from a sensitive set of issues recently. Issues that left me unable to satisfy my wife, leading to my marriage losing its spark. I never thought that things would ever heat up for my wife and I again. That is, until I discovered Hard on Demand. You see, my wife and I have been happily married for a good many years now. In the beginning everything was amazing. And I do mean everything. There were no complaints from either of us when it came to the bedroom. Then one day things changed. I just couldn't perform the way I used to. I tried going to a doctor and he gave me some pills. They worked at first, but they weren't very good for my health. And they weren't a sure thing. Some days they would work and others, well, you can guess. My wife was just not satisfied and neither was I. It got to the point where it started to put serious strain on our relationship. And personally, I felt bad about it. I constantly felt like it was my fault, like I had failed the woman I loved, and I didn't like it at all. I felt like a failure. And that's when a friend of mine told me about Hard on Demand. I wasn't sure at first. Doctors had failed, and yet here was the solution being offered to me that was easier than what any doctor could recommend. But I was really close to losing hope and at my wit's end, so I decided to bite the bullet and give it a shot. This was my last chance. I am so glad I took it. After I'd invested in Hard on Demand, I devoured all the material in one day, and put it into practice that very night. And let me tell you, the results were astounding. Not only was my wife more than satisfied with the result, but we managed to keep going for a very long time, longer than I have done in years. And it just kept getting better from there. Thanks to Hard on Demand, my wife and I haven't had a bad time in the bedroom since. It really is amazing what the surprisingly simple tips they provide can do, and how much happier our marriage is now. Along with Hard on Demand, there were also the invaluable bonuses such as foods for super sex. Who would have thought that just a few simple foods could add such spice to the bedroom? I'm so grateful to have found Hard on Demand. I honestly believe that it saved my marriage and I can't recommend it enough to anyone who is facing the same issues I was. How to dominate the bedroom again. Your woman can chuck her Pilates membership for this, cause she's gonna be bending over backwards to keep you in the sack. Visit to site, click link below.